Hello and welcome to another episode of the Boostly podcast. This is the podcast that gives hosts the tools, the tactics, the training, but most importantly, we're going to help you with the confidence to go out there and get more direct bookings. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can get more bookings, particularly how you can use referral groups and communities and how you can kind of use those to your advantage as a short-term rental host. And the person who's going to help us with that is a short-term rental host herself. She's also a recently published best-selling co-author of the book Hospitable Hosts too. And I'm just really excited. I've spoken to this person on social media. I'm really excited to find out more about her story and the things that she's doing that works well in her business that you can then do in your business as well. So I'll introduce myself first. My name's Liam. I'm Mark's co-host, and today we're going behind the host with Mel Creel. She's got a company called Beachfront Apartments in Sharkers Rock, and we're in South Africa here. So this is going to be a really cool sort of bit of information from somewhere that we don't normally hear from in terms of the host. So I'm really excited today. So without further ado, welcome along, Mel. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you, Liam. Really honored to be here and super excited to catch up with you. Like you say, we've been chatting on social media for a while now, and it's really nice to be able to chat in person.
Definitely. So for those who aren't familiar with yourself, if you can give yourself an introduction, anything you'd like to share, and any information about your business that will really help to build up the picture of your kind of business in their mind.
Okay, well, it really started, I'm actually married to a farmer, so we live on a farm, and I had a bit of empty nest syndrome, as most people do when their children move on to university, and ultimately they've actually left the country, now in the UK. So I was finding it really difficult to sort of find my place again, needed a sense of purpose. And really hospitality really found me, I think, like a lot of us. But it's just been the best thing I've ever done. It's just opened doors to new friendships, new business opportunities. It just really has been such an awesome journey. And what's the biggest takeaway for me so far is just the community that's around it. Like we always say, that, you know, really are hospitable people right down to our core. So I'm really, really chuffed to be in this industry, and it's overtaken my life. I absolutely love it. My husband rolls his eye when he sees me chatting to somebody because he knows it's going to be another hour before I come back. But I can't resist it, and I just have grown so much through it. And it's been an awesome time.
Your business itself. So I don't know the location. What is the location like? Why have you chosen that? And what does your short-term rental? Is it just the one at the moment, or is there a bunch of them that you look after?
I do have 5 on my website, 2 of which I own, and 2 I do a profit share with the owner. We are located on the Dolphin Coast of South Africa, which is KZN. It's warm water. It's not like Cape Town where you swim in the cold water. We've got warm waters. We've got a tropical climate, so you pretty much can come to us all year round. So we're definitely a destination point rather than just a seasonal one. My apartments are fortunately on the beachfront, so hence the name. So I'm right in, on the beach side, and they direct access to the beach. Very secure, very well located as far as for families and for elderlies and for everybody. It really is a perfect location from that point of view. Flights are easy. We've got an airport that's only 20 minutes away. So we often are on route. So people are either flying up from Cape Town, they stay with us and then go to the parks, the Kruger Park or something like that, or do it the other way around. So we are sort of on that route. So if you wanted to drive from us to Joburg or Johannesburg, it would be a 6-hour drive. From Cape Town would be a longer drive. It's about 20 hours. So I would suggest you would fly there. But we have flights that go out from Durban to all of these different destinations. So we're right in the middle, put it this way. We're sort of halfway between the two.
It's a great time to sort of branch into the guest avatar. Who is it that you normally host? Does it tend to be more international travelers? And if so, where from?
Initially, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. COVID did throw a proper curveball for us then. I was building up my internationals nicely, and majority came from the UK, Australia is another big one. And of course, Germany. We have quite a big German community where actually I live. My husband's half German. So yeah, we have that as well. Some others as well from Europe, but not a lot. We tend to sort of have that main market. I know there's a lot of focus on attracting more internationals, and we would love to have them back. But at the moment, post-COVID has been a bit slow from that point of view. And our own market, I think, with our exchange rate, it's also thrown a little bit of a curveball there. So they are actually traveling within South Africa. So we have been busy. It's not like we're quiet at all. We are, coming up to Easter, we're fully booked. But yeah, on a whole, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Majority our own country and Africa. So you'll get people from Zimbabwe, from, the rest of Africa coming. But yeah, a bit of a mixed bag.
Let's just dive into your new project, which is Hospitable Host 2. So for those of you listening into the podcast or watching on the Facebook Live, Hospitable Host 2, I'm sure you've seen some posts because they are everywhere on Instagram and on social media. Hospitable Host 2 is a project by Jodie Sterling, which has got some amazing short-term rental hosts from all over the world together in one book. This is the second edition, and Mel is one of the authors in it. And this book just went to bestseller in the last 2 days. Is that correct?
Yeah, it has. Yeah, we've done really well with it. It's in 3 different categories, and it's doing well. So yeah,
Amazing.
buy the book. It's been a fantastic journey. Honestly, the people that I've met through this and chatting, and I'm seeing them all now in the States, and just thinking, oh my gosh, only I could be there, like I said to you earlier on. But it's just so, when you find somebody that talks the same language. I talk about my tribe, and I feel like I found my tribe. It's just so nice to be able to network with the same people who understand the language we speak and our passion behind it. So yeah, just so honored to be in the book.
So how does it feel, first of all, to be a best-selling author? And how did it feel to write your chapter?
I don't think it's really sunk in yet, really, to be totally honest. I think when I get to be with everybody and hear the excitement and see it, then maybe I'll actually feel like I'm a bestseller author. At the moment, it doesn't quite feel like that. It all just seems a little bit surreal. I'm getting there. It's there. I know it's written there.
When you've got I'm just holding up to the camera. I don't know if it'll reverse it, but yeah, as soon as you see it in print, your name, yeah, you're in the book, which is amazing.
Yeah,
and for the people listening, what can they expect from your chapter? What do you share within the book, and what do you want them to take away from your story?
I think my chapter was really about finding my sense of purpose, like I mentioned right at the beginning. And from that, I learned that when I first bought the property, I was so concerned about pricing it and understanding the dynamics that I lost focus as to what was important. And I can't quite remember who I heard on one of the podcasts, but he talked about abundance and having an abundance mindset. And once I fully absorbed that and got over the hurdle of trying to watch what my neighbor was doing and what everybody else was doing, and just looked at what I was doing, and then started to reach out and say, I actually reached out to the other host who's got basically a mirror property of my own, and said, well, look, why don't we chat? Because I kind of saw her on Airbnb and she dropped her rate and I would drop my rate, and we were playing this game, and I thought, you know what, this is actually not working. Let's rather talk together. So my chapter talks about networking and reaching out to fellow hosts rather than just concentrating on getting the guest. The guests obviously come to you, and it's important to retain them and build that relationship. But it's also important to have a relationship with the hosts and people in your own complex, particularly because we do look out for each other and we do look after each other's guests if the one person isn't there. So it becomes a real collection of minds that think the same way. And also from that, I learned to share my knowledge and not hold it back, because the more I shared, the more they shared. And so it became a much easier, transfer of information. And the whole process has been so much more rewarding through it. So I think it's a change of mindset. I think that was my biggest thing that I'd like people to to take away is that you don't have to hold everything to yourself and think you can't share, when actually the opposite is true. And the more you share, the more it comes your way.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Boostly podcast. Boostly like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.